I'm Skyler Reed, an R&B soul singer, songwriter, and vocal coach, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to sing like Yebba. So, Yebba has come on my radar heavy lately. I, of course, heard of her and her epic So Far Sounds performance with My Mind, the song I just sang, and I loved it. I literally saved it to my watch later because I'm like, I'm gonna eventually learn that and get to it. And I've been teaching her a lot. A lot of my vocal students want to sing Yebba, the Evergreen song. There's this other song, Distance, that she has, and of course the My Mind. I literally taught that twice in the past month, and I'm like, this is a great time for me to start learning it too because I'm already teaching it. So I thought it'd be a great time for me to also do a video on Yebba and her voice because I've been listening so much to her and teaching her so much. And in teaching songs, I am analyzing the voice and helping my students listen to how the singer is approaching the song and their tone and their volume and just like how they're singing and delivering it. I've learned so much about her voice through teaching her songs, but I also have learned from listening to her latest album, Dawn, that she literally just released like a week ago. And I'm obsessed with it. Like, it's just so good. Like, the music is so good. She reminds me of Adele, but Lauryn Hill and like some early 90s vibes, and just her whole sound and tone, like the rapper she has on there, and her voice just sounds so like an old soul. I just really have been enjoying her album. I must say my favorite songs on the album is How Many Years and Boomerang. I absolutely love Boomerang. Just like the story behind it's just so cool how she just comes in so strong and whatnot. And I just love the lyrics in How Many Years. I just think it's beautifully written. So let's get into how to sing like Yebba. So number one, falsetto. Yebba uses a lot of falsetto. A lot of it. She's really like an alto. She's an alto. Her vocal range, like just how she naturally sings and where her strength is and her power is in her lower register. At the same time, she goes high a lot, and she knows how to use that high. I'll get to that later. But she uses a lot of falsetto, just like in the song I just did, My Mind. That's falsetto. She does falsetto in literally like every song that she sang on her album. There's a Stand, where you stand, 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 stand. That's like falsetto. She's not singing that full out. And I think her falsetto is just amazing because she can go so high in her falsetto. She has great control over it, great breath support with that. Another thing I noticed about Yebba is that she has a very strong mixed voice. So, of course, with mixed voice, you have to be able to be strong in your chest because you're grounded and rooted in your chest a lot of the time. She pushes up into mix rather than like come high down into chest. When she's high, she's mostly in that falsetto. She might hit a few head voice notes, but what I hear mostly is chest and mixed voice. And that mixed voice comes out a lot with a my mind, my mind. Being able to transition from I'm about to, and then the falsetto, she's definitely a mix because I'm about to lose. She's not so heavy and chesty with it, and the note is already kind of up and high-ish. So that mixed voice is that middle register of hers, and everybody has it, and it's usually the weakest part in people's voices. It's really amazing how she's able to be so strong in those higher notes where she's almost belting. A lot of these ad-libs that she does in this particular song, it's like she's belting, it's strong, it's this tone, and you can hear the push in her voice. Like, she's not afraid to push, and I can't do all that, but I could, but I just choose not to. But I think it's dope. Like with My Mind, like there are parts where I probably would, if I cover this, which I plan to do, I would, use some of my throat and push and add some more tone to it. Because I think the main thing, but her voice is toneful. I don't know if toneful is a word, but her voice is so full of tone. Like she has such an amazing strong tone. Like when you hear her sing soft, it's like, okay, you can hear it's Yebba, but I feel like when she gets in her sweet spot range wise and strength wise is when she is like having that strong tone in that upper mixed register. Not going into the, I love the falsetto too, but I think she can really go when she does the, when she does all of that wailing and stuff, like that mixed voice, and she's pushing and, you know, really staying connected to the core in her chest. I think that's so dope and so strong, and what makes her so great as a vocalist. She's able to hold it down a lot. She has a lot of range and she has full control over it, and I think that's what also makes her a great vocalist that so many people want to sing because of that reason. Like, you can pick one of her songs and you are able to really work on a lot of different things, because it's not like she's just singing monotone in like a couple notes, a 5-note span. It's not like she's you know, singing all high or all low. Like, she's giving us a lot of the in-betweens, going back and forth. Another thing that Yebba does is transition. She has an amazing ability to transition quickly between her voicings. So this is something that definitely takes time to nurture and understand, and really I think the best way to do it is completely understand chest voice, completely understand head voice. Get those two down, those two polar opposites down, and know what it is to go to head voice to chest voice. Then work on your mixed voice. Work on taking your chest voice higher and your head voice lower. And just when I think of head voice lower, I stay lifted, but try to be grounded. Like, I sing lower, but I stay lifted in my mind. When I sing chest voice and I'm going up, which Yebba does a lot of chest voice and going up. So in her case, you want to feel like you're constantly staying grounded, even though you're going up. You don't want to switch. You don't want your voice to trip into another voice. You want it to stay strong and freeze it, like stay focused, push through. When you're singing chest and mixed voice, like mainly, like you just gotta push through. And a lot of people, this is where people feel like they might crack and they're afraid and they don't even try because they are just like, I'm gonna crack, or I don't feel like it's gonna happen. It's like, no, just work your way through it. If you're gonna crack, it's okay. Like, crack. The best thing to do is to just push through and to crack, because then you know what you did wrong and you can work towards fixing it and work towards controlling it and play around with what it is you need to do to set yourself up for success. Really, it's all about creating the space for the notes, creating the space for the whole span of notes, and just figure out, you know, okay, am I breathing in more head voice placement, or am I, you know, more chesty and, you know, pushing through, or like, what is it? The songs where she really exemplifies this amazing transition is Stand and Boomerang. Boomerang specifically in the chorus, where she's kind of switching in and out of that chest to falsetto, mixed to falsetto, whatever it is. So really in Boomerang, it's the pre-chorus into the chorus. I won't let this go. It's very mixed. Very, very chest pushed, very chest rooted and mixed. But I won't let this go. If it was hot head voice, it would be, then I won't let this go. Head voice is a little bit more straighter. It's powerful, but it's just a different kind of power. And the way she's pushing, I just know it's mixed. It's very rooted in the chest. And then she goes in, boomerang. So she's falsetto and then she dips into the chest. It's just so dope. Like, the transition is everything. And really, how she's able to do that and do all those runs so quick. She has complete control over her voice. She knows how to set herself up for the falsetto, for the chest voice. And with falsetto, really just executing your breath support. Falsetto is just making sure you have enough breath to get through. I think that when you're singing in falsetto, you use more breath than you would head voice or chest, because it's led with the breath. It's just different. Even though it's lighter, it just depends. And with her, she does a lot of loud falsetto. So it's not like, it's not soft. And she's going in and out, so you need a lot more breath. If you're like transitioning like that, you're strong and then you're falsetto and you're using that breath even more. So breath support always. In the intro of Boomerang, you will hear her use her head voice. So there are parts where she does, of course, use her head voice. Like, I feel like she has control over her whole range, and she probably knows exactly what she's doing every time she opens her mouth to sing. Just because of how she sings, it's like, okay, she knows what she's doing. She is using her voice to the absolute best, like, every time. But anyway, Boomerang intro, she's using her head voice, and that's a great place to hear it. Last thing that Yebba does, and does so well, is her agility in doing runs. And I love runs, and you guys may have seen, I have tons of riff and run videos, and Yebba's definitely somebody I plan on doing eventually, because her songs are so full of them, especially in my mind. She does a lot of quick runs. She does a lot of intricate notes. A lot of her runs aren't expected, which is the cool thing. I love when singers don't do the expected 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or octave, you know? I think it's way cooler. Brandy is another example of somebody that I think does really intricate runs. I did a riff and run video on Borderline a couple weeks back. Jasmine Sullivan too. I did Pick Up Your Feelings, and that was a pretty cool run, very popular run to do. Insecure. I did that video like a year or so ago, and it got tons of views. So thanks for watching and subscribing and all of that. That song, Run, is just unexpected. And Yebba, I'm noticing her runs are just like, whoa, you just felt that, you know, like that came from your soul. Like that run was just like completely organic. And I love that about her music, her voice, and I plan on studying her more and just learning more about her voice and singing her songs, because I think it'll be a great challenge for me, and I think you should challenge yourself and pick a Yebba song. And if you pick a Yebba song, please let me know. Leave a comment, send me the video, follow me on Instagram, send it to me. However, I would love to see your rendition of a Yebba cover. You're learning so much by singing her, you know? All right, so we're gonna do but we're gonna sing it mixed to falsetto. So focus on staying rooted in your chest, but create a head voice placement, create an egg place in the back of your throat, and switch to falsetto on the last note. 1, 2, ready, and it got a little high. If that's too high for you, just try to think of it, the numbers, if you know how to play piano. It's 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. So it's basically a major 7 chord. C7 is where I started. C major 7 is where I started. For runs, and this will also help for any riff and run video you see me post, you can do scales and just work on getting it faster and faster. So let's do a descending 5-note scale. Getting as fast as you possibly can with the runs, because like just work on getting the runs faster and faster and faster, and just work on your throat, getting your throat ready, and you'll be straight. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you guys have any questions or requests, just leave me a comment and I will get back to you. And of course, follow me on all social media at I am Skyler Reed and Skyler's Music Studio. I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace.